Vedantu 9th and 10th English channel. So guys, I have brought for you guys today a very important study tips video where I will be sharing with you guys what are the study tips that were actually very useful for myself when I was in class 10th back then, and which helped me score super good marks in my class 10 board exams. Alright, so let's get started. Well, the number one tip that I always give to all my students is self-study is the most important thing. Okay, no matter how many online classes you see, no matter how many coachings you go or tuitions you attend, self-study will always play the most important part for your class 10 preparations. Okay, so I used to always spare at least 2 to 3 hours every day for my self-study. Of course, shuffling the subject, sometimes I learn maths with science or science with SST, something like that. And every day I used to give at least 2 hours of my own self-study, learning the concept on my own, not learning it from anywhere else. Okay, तो मैं अपने कॉन्सेप्ट्स खुद बनाती थी एंड उनको फिर डेफिनेटली कहीं ना कहीं नोट डाउन करती थी. Alright, next tip number 2, very useful tip, and the one study tip that basically saved my class 9th and 10th was notes making habit. Notes making की अगर आपको habit नहीं है तो try to make it as a habit and start writing notes as much as possible. In class 9th and 10th you don't have much vast course, right? It's not as vast as compared to class 11, so you can definitely make notes. It's not that tough, right? Also, while making notes, what happens, when you are doing a self-study, at that time, whatever you are learning, just try to write it down in your own words. Don't copy anything from the book. Strictly no. Okay, so try to make proper notes of what you are learning from that particular chapter in your own words and your own concepts. Later on, you can cross-verify that from a ready-made notes or from online YouTube classes or from anywhere else. Okay, so notes are highly important. Especially in your board exam revision time, they will play the major role. Okay, so do try to make a good notes for all the subjects. So my third tip is NCERT is the most important book for class 9th and 10th, be it for science, SST, maths or Hindi or English. Of course, the literature subjects are definitely having only NCERT as their syllabus. Nothing is going to come out of that. But of course, for maths, science and SST, sometimes we prefer reference books also for our extra practice. But NCERT is your base. Without NCERT, don't move on to any other reference book. I used to love NCERT because class 9th and 10th NCERT is so simple and yet so complete that you don't need to go anywhere else. Now, while you are learning NCERT, make sure that you are underlining the things that are important. Okay, generally what students do, they note down all those things in their notebook and then they waste time while copying the text. Don't copy the text from NCERT, underline it over there itself. Or if you are learning something new, if you are understanding a new concept, if you are practicing a new question, then simply write it there itself with pencil on your book. Okay, that will really help you. Try it out. Tip number 4, do a frequent testing of yourself. Okay, it's very important to basically analyze and evaluate whatever you have learned till now. Are you learning it correctly and properly or not? Okay, and how will you know about that? Well, for that you need to test yourself. So practice as many questions as possible so that you have an idea whether you are going in the right direction or not. Okay, also try to follow reference books such as R.D. Sharma, R.S. Agrawal for mathematics, ASTRAN publication for science, and for SST, I think the sample papers will be enough. Try to follow those books to get an idea that whatever is going to come in your exam, whatever is in your syllabus, is there anything that is not given in NCERT? Maybe a concept is not detailed, not explained in detail in NCERT. Try to find out those concepts from a reference book and study it from there. Okay, next. Tip number 5. Never ever compromise on your sleep. Sleep is the most important thing to rejuvenate you and re-energize you. So never ever compromise on your sleep. At least get 8 hours of sleep every day without missing. Okay, so have a good sleep. It's very important for you. Also, whenever you feel like you are not getting enough sleep and whenever you feel like you are very tired and not able to study, don't study that day. Okay, suppose you have got only 6 hours of sleep on a certain day and you are not able to study, just skip studying for that day. Take rest instead. ऐसा नहीं कि पढ़ाई नहीं कर रहे तो गेम खेलने लग गए. अगर नींद पूरी नहीं हुई है तो नींद पूरी कीजिए बिना कोई और काम किए. Now, my next very important strategy is follow your own strategy always. Okay, so every time some or the other person will come to you, अरे तूने आर.एस. अग्रवाल का क्वेश्चन किया क्या? अरे तूने दिनेश पब्लिकेशन की बुक फला पब्लिकेशन की बुक सॉल्व की क्या? And you'll be like, ooh, मैंने तो नहीं किया. Now what to do? So don't get confused in what others are doing and what you are doing. Just concentrate on what you are doing and just follow that much itself. Trust yourself. Whatever you're following is enough. Trust your instincts. If your instinct is telling you you're not practicing enough, practice more. If your instincts are telling you you are practicing enough, you are doing good, then just keep doing what you are doing. Okay, so follow your own strategy. Don't follow any herd mentality. Now, next very handy tip will be reading out loud. Now, I had this practice whenever I used to learn something that I need to memorize, like ratta marna padta tha. At that time, I always used to read out loud. It always helps in memorizing things better, especially when you are feeling very, very sleepy and you don't feel like studying. At that time, stand up, walk somewhere, and then read out loud at that time. Okay. Now, last but not the least, is scoring 97% or 99% important for class 10? No, not at all. Do you know why I love my class 9th and 10th time and why I love the chapters of class 9th and 10th so much? Because whatever I learned at that time, especially in class 9th and 10th, I learned it. I never memorized it, okay? I did self-study a lot in my class 10th exam, and because of that, my concepts were so strong that those concepts were super easy for me in my class 11th and 12th. So always try to learn things, not memorizing them, and try to enjoy your studies. If you enjoy your studies, you will always have a happy and a beautiful memory related to that class. If you just think of it like passing exams and scoring good, that will never ever be useful for you in your future. Class 10th board exams don't decide your future. They don't decide your career paths. They don't decide your admission criteria or anything. So basically, learning is very, very important in class 10th and not focusing on how much percentage you are going to get. Okay, so try to grasp as much of knowledge as you can, because this is the best time, and let me assure you, you are going to miss your class 10th a lot. Make sure that you are putting a lot of time in extra co-curricular activities as well, going out for playing or going out with your family or learning a new hobby. You have to try out all these things along with your studies. Don't make studies as the only motive of your life. All right, class 10 people. So yes, all the best for your preparations this year. Don't worry, I'm always there with you throughout the journey to guide you in every way possible. Do comment and let me know what other kind of tips do you want for your class 9th or class 10 preparation. If you like this video, don't forget to hit on the like button and subscribe to this channel to get more such videos. See ya.